double back. I forgot how the damn song go. Ooh wee, can't nobody do my body like you do me. Every time I made it juicy. You did what you did. I did what I did. Movie, yeah. Right one, wrong time. But I be lying if I say we ain't have a time. Ooh, that body's on pressure. Come on, Vito. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can y'all hear my car? Can y'all hear my car, girl? Because she is running. I need to cut her off. But I'm a piece of code. Oh, y'all can hear it. Okay, good. She ain't as loud, girl. What's up, one? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I ain't on there, y'all. I just came on here because I just wanted, see, people been asking me to talk about Love is Blind, and I've been watching it from the beginning to end. And every time the new season comes, I be like, oh, I'm going to, you know, review it or whatever like that. But I don't be caring too much about when they in the pods for real. And by the time they get out the pods and they get to, you know, the what is it, the honeymoon area or whatever, the spending time meeting each other and stuff, I feel like it'd be too late into the season for me to just start reviewing or whatever like that. But I just really wanted to talk a little bit about AD and Clay. Now, a lot of people been hitting me up saying that I look like AD. I don't necessarily see it, okay? But if you see it, that is perfectly okay. Because I think that she's a very, you know, beautiful girl. So I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's giving hips. Now, I done got a little thickety thick, understand, okay? All right, but if I was in my slimmer days, we probably would have been twins, bitch, okay? But I'm a little more wider than you at this point, okay? That's why I'm here, trying to get it back together now. Because the hips definitely spread. You know what I'm saying? They definitely grow. They out of control. I will say they out of control. But this was a pretty good season. I think last season was a good season. Wasn't that the season when Marshall was on it? When Marshall was on it, and then that girl ended up leaving Marshall, and she went with the other castmate, and then her and the dude ended up breaking up this year or something. I forgot what his name was. But anywho, I think they had a good season. But first of all, let me say this. There has not been a better Love is Blind season than the first one. The first one was the best one out the damn gate. That's the number one. That was the best season ever to me. What else? And I feel like because they had more black people on that one. You know, you had the dude. I think his name was Carlton. Don't quote me. He was bisexual, allegedly. I've always thought he was gay, but bisexual. He was on there with Diamond. And then you had Cameron, you know, she was on, I'm not sorry, Cameron and Lauren was on there with her husband or whatnot. Now see, I thought we was gonna get a Lauren and a Cameron out of what's the man with the dress or the school principal name? I don't know his name, but I thought we was gonna get a similar situation out of them and the white girl. I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking the vibe a little bit in the beginning, but when they got on that boat and he was just sitting there looking at the water and not really paying attention until he started talking about some motherfucking dolphins. You over here talking about dolphins and how you swim with the dolphins and how you kiss the dolphins and rub your motherfucking nose with the dolphins. I said, bitch, I'm not trying to put nothing on nobody. I'm not trying to put nothing on nobody, ma'am. I'm really not, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm really not. But, I ain't never hear no straight man say no shit like that. Okay? Now you got me talking. You got me talking. Now you got me talking. I'm over here talking about the dolphins, man. I love it. I had so much fun, man. Yeah, I kissed them too. I rubbed noses. I was like, what kind of shit is... Am I tripping? I was like, something ain't right, but I'm not going to put that on that man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is different. By the time them hoes made it to their house, hello... It was given just that. That is fucked up. That is so messed up. He wasted that lady's time, and I really like that white lady. I liked AD. on the show for the most part. I feel like, because there's so many things I want to say. Okay, so let me see. The first thing, when 80 went over to Kenneth to talk to him about the fact that he's marrying a white woman and is she going to be able to handle black children, I felt like I didn't have an issue with 80 going over having that conversation. When I was like, yeah, I had that talk with him, like, do he know? But then I'm like, hell, he chose her. He knew what she was, you know, before he decided to say, well, you marry me. So he already knew about that, right? But then as the episode kind of went on, I don't know, sometimes 80 kind of made me feel like she was in other folks' business too much a little bit. I was like, girl, focus on what you got going on. Okay? Stop tip-tapping in what these other folks got in their business and stuff, because they're going to do what they want to do anyway, because that's just how they is, okay? But I also did not like how he tried to make it seem like 80 approaching him about that conversation making him have second thoughts about it. It's like, NIGGA, you was already having second thoughts about her because you was just trying to be on the show for a little piece of a check. That's what you was doing. Raggedy bitch. That's what you was doing, baby. You didn't care about that lady to begin with. You done spent all day out hanging out with your homeboy or your boo and want to sit up there and talk about, and I gave you an update in between every little moment, didn't it? Like, the conversation was just weird. He made her seem like she was the problem right out the gate because he wasn't really spending time with her, and the conversation just kept clicking away. Like, it was horrible. Only for her to end up crying because he no longer wanted the relationship, but he tried to make it seem like she was the problem only because she kind of called him out a little bit about it. Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, but he was definitely a villain of the show. I feel like he probably was the number one. No, Chelsea ass was the number one villain. Chelsea got on my motherfucking nerves. Miss Chelsea Fox is what they call her. Now, she do kind of look like Megan Fox. I will give her that. She just looks like a thicker version. Somebody said she looks like the Khloe Kardashian of the Kardashians. That's what they said, that she's the Khloe version of Megan Fox. I said, baby, y'all ain't the truth ain't in y'all. It's not y'all wrong. Chelsea got on my damn nerves because she needed to be reassured all the time that this man loved her. Oh, she got on my nerves. Oh, she got on my fucking nerves every moment. I love you, baby, I love you though, but baby, no, baby, I love you, no, baby, babe, hey, babe. It's like that little cartoon of the boy telling me something, mama, mommy, mama. Like, that's what it was like. I'm tired of this bitch. Your confidence is in the ground. Jess, you was more pressed by Jess. That man saw a photo of her, and you just, I don't know. I mean, just because he saw the photo, you felt like he was going to feel a way about you. I just felt like she caused a lot of friction in the relationship that did not necessarily have to be. But that was, yes, baby, you haven't kissed me today. And she was just contradicting in a lot of the arguments. Like, I didn't understand that. I just think Chelsea just got on my fucking nerves. So I was hoping that he said no at the altar. But when he came around and told her I can't go to the altar, I said, baby, let's go. Good job. Good for you. Good for you. But shame on you to sit up there and think that you gonna still have this relationship with this girl after you done had this beautiful ass day in this empty ass park, going on roller coasters and playing games and doing all this beautiful stuff, having a great time, only to hit her with the double whammy, talking about, I want to see where this relationship goes, you know, I love you and all this and that, but I can't go down the aisle. And then the reason to not go down the aisle was because you chose to smash on your friend and she brought it on camera, and because of that she betrayed your trust in the worst way. Well, then why would you want a relationship with that person if they betrayed your trust in the worst way? you don't want to go down the aisle, I don't think that you should want to have the marriage at all. So she was really like devastated by it. But this what Chelsea got on. Chelsea, you be acting too, girl. Something going on. Because when he asked you like how you feel about, y'all or whatever, you was giving this face like you was finna say, oh, I'm not happy. I don't think this is gonna work. Like you was giving this face like you was finna break his heart, only for you to say the complete opposite. And I said, see, this we always do too much. She always doing too damn much. And then Jess came, so Jess ended up meeting Jimmy for the first time. All of that, she's already been pressed about Jess and stuff. But when the other dude, what was it Trevor? I think that was his name, Trevor. When Trevor came around, you all up in Trevor's face. Oh, that's Trevor. Oh my God, look at Trevor. Oh my, wow, he's beefy. He's a beefy. Oh my God, you got money. He's a beefy, girl. Knowing that you about went over there to this man's page and already saw what he looked like, but you over here giving this man the 3rd degree because he seen Jess. He saw a photo of Jess. Like, she just got on I just could not stand Chelsea, baby. And I hope when the reunion comes, I hope they are not together. We talking about Love is Blind. I pray to God that they are not together. Like, please don't be together. Thank you for the super chat, Brittany. Brittany says she was wrong for airing him and his friend business on camera when he told her in confidence. She's still bestie with her ex-husband. Right. Because when he called her out and said, you like don't even play like that when you the one that called your ex as soon as like I proposed to you, and she was like, don't even do that, because I don't even talk to him like that. Not like you guys talk. You guys talk all the time. You're always on the phone. Like, I don't even talk to him like that. And I'm like, B-I-T-C-H. I was like, Jimmy, get up and walk off the table. Get up and walk. Get up and go. Because now she really playing in your face. Because you have to talk to him like this on this level to call him immediately after something super big happened in your life. You're still in communication with him. Come on now. So, yeah, she's on the same SHI. And you was married to that man. He may have smashed on, they may have had a relationship. They smashed. They maintained their friendship. Girl, you've been with this man since high school. Y'all done got married. You done smashed on this man and all of that. Like, that's your ex-husband. And you got the audacity. I just didn't like that she could do it, but he couldn't. All because of her security issues within herself. It was so many people that needed to take their ass to therapy before they came on this show. What else? Jeremy, and I didn't really care about what was the other girl that was with? Was it Shannon? What was her name? Jeremy and the girl he was with. I understood her being upset. Don't get me wrong, because why are you going over to meet up with this girl? It was the lie he tried to tell his mama, y'all. When his mama started talking to him, when he tried to tell her, like, oh, it was Laura. Thank you, Jackie. It was Laura. Or was it, listen, girl, they about all the same. Lauren, Laura, it's one of them. I'm going to go with Laura. When his mama was like, okay, so what happened? Like, tell me what happened. He was like, so, I was with the bros and like we were getting ready to hang out. And then it was in that moment that I found out one of the girls I met in the pods, like she was going to be out there. So I was like, oh, cool. Like I bumped into her. Like it's nothing about it, And, we chatted a little bit or whatever. And then like we were getting ready to leave, right? And so when we were leaving, she was over there like, hey, I'm just going to, catch a ride back. Oh, no. I told her, don't do that. Like, I could just give you, like, where are you located? I could just give you a ride over there. His mama looking at him like, boy, I had you, right? I carried you for them 9, right? I know when you lying, right? And I'm just like, because I'm sitting over here like, ma'am, you have to know. You have to know your son is full of shit. And, I feel like his mama was trying not to laugh in his damn face. Because she knows her son is full of shit. And at this point, I feel like Jeremy may have issues with commitment issues. Because they said that he had a whole nother woman and her child that he was living with. And I was hearing it was his girlfriend. Then I heard that it was his fiance. And then some people try to say it was his wife. And I was like, I don't think that was no wife. Now, it's either girlfriend or his fiance. It's one of the two. But he was damn sure with another woman before he came on this show. Okay? So, I think he has an issue with commitment, which is the reason why I feel like you should not have come on this show and you knew where you are. But a lot of these people use this show to just be on television, not to actually find love. But mama, I'm gonna have to call you to the carpet, because you knew your son had just been with another woman in that house. You knew he was just in another relationship. So for you to come, come through this process with him and then be so open, like you really think your son is going to get married to a stranger that he just met. Come on now. I really thought that I was going to have a daughter-in-law. Like, I really thought that was going to happen. Like, girl, stop it. Because the last lady he was with, he knew for a long time and didn't marry her. So I don't know why you thought it was really going to go that way over here. Okay? And Laura, I'm glad they didn't work out. Laura didn't like that man for real. Like, he was handsome. Don't get me wrong. Jeremy, let me say this. Jeremy was the only cast member that, out of the Caucasians, okay? Out of the Caucasians, he was the only one that actually looked his age. Everybody else sitting up there talking about their age was capping. I said, baby, I know you big line. You big line, boo. You big line, boo. Can't be. Can't be the age you say. Can't be, baby. But Jeremy did look good. Even if he did wear his Hawaiian shirts and she couldn't stand it. I thought that, Jeremy looked really nice or whatever. And I kind of, when Laura was trying to make him suffer at some point, I was like, people not going to be trying to continue to run after somebody when it's like, once, okay, you want them to run after you, and then once they meet you, you run some more. And then once they meet you, you run some more. Like, I don't know, y'all. I just kind of felt like y'all ain't even been together that long. Y'all just met each other. It's only been a few weeks. You're treating him as though y'all been together for 3 years. And he had a conversation with another girl, whatever the case was. I don't know, may even have done some things. I don't know. And I don't know, I just felt like she was doing too much. He sent her flowers or whatever. She was like, stuff them up your ass or whatever the case is. F you, bro. You're not shit, bro. Can't take you, bro. Bro, this and that. You hate him, but you still want him to run up behind you. And I'm like, at some point, motherfuckers gonna get tired and they just not gonna run up behind your ass. Like, I ain't care nothing about him hopping on them jet skis with Sarah Ann. Was that her name, Sarah Ann? I did not mind. Like, baby, F this lady, because she don't want you, but she wants you to grovel and continue to run after her. Like, I'm just, Now, I do not support what he did. I don't. But, yeah, I also didn't like her aftermath. I felt like it was cool for a minute. Like, yeah, you snapped on him. He needs to know what the situation is. You said that you done with him. So if you done with him, then what is this extraness that you want him to still run after you? Like, she just got on my nerves too. So, yeah. Oh, you thought the jet skis was foul? Or you thought the jet ski thing was foul? I ain't care no more. I ain't care no more. I did it. And then she was saying she's a fucking home wrecker, and she's the type of girl that likes to go after guys that are taken and this and that. And it's like, I hear you. You got a point. But it's still, I don't know. Commitment is commitment, but I feel like it's different for me a little, because I'm like, y'all just met each other, so I don't know. I mean, do he really know you? I mean, he did choose you though. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't as deep as she was making it. Like, move on if you didn't want to be with him, but stop having this man run after your ass and stuff. Like, it was what it was. Sarah Ann. Oh, here's the other thing, the more bigger thing. This is the same situation in all cheating situations or whatever. That man is the one that's obligated to be loyal to you, not the other person. So you over here calling her out. You're over here calling her out and saying whatever you saying about her. You really just, I mean, I guess just keep that energy over there at him. But you don't want to be with him, so it really shouldn't matter anymore. So I would have went and hopped on them jet skis too, bitch. I'm not going to be out here and you over here upset. It is what it is. I tried. I did this, I did that. You didn't want it? Cool. I'm not going to be continuing to run after your ass. So that's just where we at. Well, who else I wanted to talk about? Who else was there? I didn't care nothing about the boring couple, the blonde dude and the other young lady with the dark hair. Don't remember their names. They were the last ones. They were the only ones to get married. I do not care. AD and Clay. Clay got on my nerves. And here's the thing. I think Clay, The only bad thing I would say Clay should have done, the only bad thing about Clay that he should have done better was go to therapy before he got on this show. The decision Clay chose to make on the at the altar, I don't 100% disagree with. Brittany says, did y'all notice that even the guys wasn't messing with Jeremy? Jimmy told him he was the problem as well. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I did not really notice that. I don't know what Enzo's life is talking about. But whatever you're talking about, you can't be talking to, you must be talking, was that something on the show? Because you ain't talking about my real life, honey. And whatever you talking about, honey, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Hello? Hold on one second. Why is my thing not acting right here? Oh, I wasn't connecting. But yeah, Laura gave more energy to Jeremy than Sarah, and she definitely had him held him more responsible because he was the one who proposed to her. Jeremy should have ended things with Laura before acting on anything. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I ain't even trying to speak that. Okay, let me see what else y'all is saying. I guess y'all do got a point. So all the energy that she was giving to him that I was annoyed with after a while, she really did give it to Jeremy than she did to Sarah Ann. Clay and AD. Let me go back to Clay. So with Clay, I felt like he definitely should have had therapy before the show, but I did not fully disagree with everything that he said on the altar. I think Clay made the right decision, in my personal opinion. I don't know if AD was really ready or not. I don't think AD was really ready. I think AD definitely idolizes being, picked and accepted and being married and being able to say, oh yeah, I got a husband too, but he may not have been the right one for you. So I know AD was upset with the decision that he said no, but I also felt like you're going to be glad in time. In time, you're going to be glad that it did not go the way that you may have wanted it to go. Give me 1 second. All right, boom, there we go. Hold on, why does it show like that? Okay, it shows fine. All right, I was like, what is that? Anywho, so somebody says Clay was wrong. He could have told her. Okay, yes, he could have. Yes, you are right. He could have told her before they got to the altar in the same fashion that Jimmy did. That would have saved that girl a lot of time and a lot of embarrassment. And honestly, I just knew AD was going to say no when she got to the altar, because they kept putting the camera on her and her saying, oh, I finally get the opportunity and this is gonna happen for me and it's my time and this and that. And I was like, okay, they doing all this build up, and why she get to this altar is she gonna say no? So I was surprised to see that she said yes and he was the one that said no. The fact that I'm glad he said no, because the fact that he kept mentioning throughout the entire show that his daddy cheated on his mama, and then he said he just don't want to cheat on her, made me feel like he was warning her that I'm likely to cheat on you. And I'm like, I don't know if this is the one. I don't know. He just kept doing it. And he would just zone out. So when he told her, I've been, I guess like in hell or in my head or in stress or whatever this entire time, I was like, yeah, he has. You haven't noticed that? And I feel like AD was just in another world of fantasy. I feel like she was in another world of fantasy and what things were going to look like for her. And most of them are, most of the ladies are. They feel like they finally finna get their happy picture perfect moment or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know, it's something off about Clay. I don't think Clay is a fully bad guy. What I did appreciate was a lot of times when this happens, we don't really see the couples go back and have a conversation. And I did not mind that conversation afterwards where he tried to reassure her that I am here. Like, I'm not leaving. I just don't think it's fair to you. Like, you deserve the world. I don't think it's fair to you that I make a decision that I'm not 100% in. And when he talked about finances and stuff and said it's a very important, you know, decision when it comes to finances and things, and I don't know where she stands with that. Like, he ain't lying. That man was not lying when he was like, you know, it's a business decision, it's this or that. So I was with Clay on a lot of what he said to her. I do agree that he could have definitely said all of this to her, though, before having her embarrass herself going down that aisle. And she was like, Clay, no, Clay, don't. Like, she wanted to say, don't do this, like, in front of everybody. I'm like, girl, don't beg that man. Don't beg that man. And she was sad. She was crying. But when she looked at her girls, like, y'all, like, what y'all trying to, y'all ready? Let me tell y'all, I love that scene. I hate to say it. I know that she was hurt, but I loved how she motioned to her girls, her mom and her sisters, and everybody got up and they walked behind her, letting her know, like, to me, it was like, we got your back. Like, we came here for you. We leaving with you. We got your back. And I don't know, it was something about that scene. And I like, you know, I liked it or whatever. But Clay, I don't know. I didn't disagree with what all he said, though. But I think he should have went and got the work that he needed. But when she said that, I feel like, oh no, I didn't mean to call her ADD on purpose. Absolutely not. I meant to say AD. It was something I was finna say about Clay. I cannot remember what I was finna say about Clay. I do think he should have got that therapy, though, before he came on this show. It was a lot of, oh, when she said, I feel like you learned a lot about yourself by using me, or something like that she said. I was like, she ain't never lied. It was like he got what he needed from this process for him, but she never got it. And I was like, y'all done. I said, you can reassure this girl all you want that you're here and this and that. And the way that she looked at you when that man said, can I have a hug? And she said, sure. I said, it's over. It's not going to be any relationship of what you may think after this. Now, I will be surprised if they are still together after the reunion, you know, at the reunion, if we learn that they're still together in some capacity. But I wouldn't really be that surprised, because she kept talking about how much she still loves him. And I think she might be hopeful of still getting her happy ending and doing it with him versus going out here and starting all over again to know somebody else. So I wouldn't be as surprised if they are still dating, but I'll be a little bit, because on that scene, all I saw was her walking away from him and being like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm good. And when that girl said, I always, you know, go through this with guys, I get real close to the finish line and it never works out for me. She says, I'm never enough. And I'm like, you definitely enough. It's just the wrong niggas. Just the wrong men. It's just the wrong ones. And then she said something about carrying. I think she said she often has to carry those relationships. And I said, I don't know how you didn't really see that you was kind of carrying this one too. Just a little bit. I do think that when she may have told him some things about himself, he may have tried to correct a few things. But I feel like you about was carrying this one too. And I hate that for her. But I want her to get the best one that's for her. Somebody said, I would dump Clay like a hot, oh, you would dump him like a hot potato. Hopefully she did. Then listen, when his mama was out there talking to the daddy baby, mama ate daddy up. But before that, daddy came in there to get Clay dressed. Clay said this is the most type of conversation me and my dad has ever had, I guess, where his dad has poured into him and stuff. And I'm like, damn, that's sad. This is the most that y'all had on that night or the day of your wedding. That's sad. I hate that for Clay. Clay, you did get on my nerves, though, because every time you talk about your dad, you talked about him cheating on your mama. That we just kept hearing it. Like, even the last episode when the daddy came in and Clay was doing like his confessional stuff, he's like, yeah, my mom and dad were married for 25 years And, you know, my dad would take me with him when he cheated on my mom. Yeah. Earlier in the season, yeah, my parents were married for X amount of years. And when my dad would take me with him, I would be with him when he's cheating on my mom. Hey, yeah, so my dad, he used to cheat on my mom when I was younger. And I used to be with him all the time. What's up? Oh, yeah, this is my dad. Yeah, my dad, he used to take me with him when he used to cheat on my mama when I was younger. Oh, that ain't nobody but my dad. Yeah, he used to cheat on my mama when he was younger, and the gag was that he used to take me with him. I was like, Clay, baby, we tired. We know, Clay. We know. But obviously, that must have been something that really traumatized Clay, that he carried with him for such a long time. And clearly, that's something the mama said. The mama looked like she wanted to slap fire at the daddy. It was giving, he made this decision because of your bitches. He brought it all the way to this altar that he's been carrying all the way to this altar because of you, nigga. So now it's your turn, okay? You owe everybody an apology for your shit. That's what it's giving. And don't make no excuses when you do it. Okay? Get your trifling ass in there and do what you need to do. And then, girl, I was looking here at 858. I said, girl, no, he don't got the audacity to have an 858 pen on him. A mess, honey. I know Clay Daddy regrets that decision. I know he really, really does. You was out here in these streets dipping it and doing it. And never thought about the fact that you was going to get older. Who's taking care of you now? Who's with you now? Do you have a bestie now? Somebody you can love on and stuff? No, I know you wish you was Clay mama. But anywho, yeah, she ate him up and just pretty much said, you know, I didn't know a lot of stuff that you did until this entire process. When this process went down, that's when I learned about a lot of shit that you did to me. And I didn't know about it. And it really hurts, but it's okay because I'm divorced from you now. So you don't owe me SHI, but you owe your son everything. And you need to own your shit and have that conversation. So then you want to cry. Did y'all catch how the mama looked at him? And was like, when he started to cry, she was looking like, here you go with this shit again, girl. Okay. And she kind of like walked off a little bit. It's a stunt that he clearly pulls all the time, talking about how his daddy wasn't there for him. And I love when she said, despite who our parents were to us and for us, we pretty much have a duty to make sure that our children don't come up in that brokenness. I said, bitch. I said, y'all need to bring Clay mama back to sit with all of these people for therapy, okay? To give them all, because I'm like, the way she read him, I know she just got a little bit for all of y'all. Just a little bit. She could correct quite a few of y'all. I loved when everything wrapped up, she went over to AD and hugged and kissed her to let her know that's his decision. I still think that you're an amazing young lady. Whatever it was, I love that moment. Like, I don't know, Mama did some things right. And I refuse to believe that Clay is just off the strength of your mama. I refuse to believe that you just all that bad of a guy. Yes, you could have made some different choices. You could have told AD all of this before you got to the finish line. Yes. But I thought, honestly, that's what the purpose was. You let us know at the finish line. He still had that option. Yeah, he would not. I feel like it would have been better to have told her, but she understood the risk of going to the altar, because she knew the possibilities could have been that he would have said no. So I mean, that's the risk that you take. It would not have, maybe it could have potentially saved her, I guess, a little bit of embarrassment, but whether it would have happened before the wedding or during the wedding, she was gonna still feel the same, because she put herself out there. She came on this television show. Everybody's about to see her get her heart broken and stuff. But I just feel like that's kind of like a bit of the risk that you take, a bit, coming onto this show like this. So that's what she chose to do, child. She came on here. He made it all the way to the altar. And maybe they shouldn't let nobody cop out no more. Maybe people shouldn't be able to say before the altar that they are not going to marry you. Because I thought the whole plan, even from season 1, the whole plan, I think maybe Diamond and Carlton were the only ones that did not make it to the altar. Because they shit was so bad. They was arguing. He said something about her wig and everything. It was just a mess. Okay, I think they could have been the only ones that really did not make it to the altar. Everybody else made it to the altar. And unfortunately, They got embarrassed. The entire goal of Love is Blind originally was for you to go to the altar and make that decision. So maybe they need to cut out this whole let a person know before the altar that you're not going to, get married. Use the altar for what it is. Like y'all said, you say yo yeah. That's when we find out all the details. And I think he did the process is do justice all the way to the end. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for her. But that's what the risk was. But some of them be killing me when they be still want a relationship after they don't want to go to the altar. But it is a big decision. I will say that. Like, it really, everybody can't be Cameron and Lauren. Everybody just can't do it. Okay, so I definitely understand. All right. But yeah, let me see what y'all saying. That's why I say Clay was on the show for the cookies. Listen, I was thinking about that. Not so much as Clay. I was thinking about everybody in general. They get on this show, meet somebody through a damn wall, and then y'all go on this honeymoon or whatever, and then y'all feel compelled to smash these people because they're your fiance. But I mean, I guess that maybe y'all just feel like jumping bones. Maybe y'all ain't have it in a minute, girl. Y'all need to get a little hump on, honey. I guess a little bit of a hump ain't gonna kill nobody, child. Or is it? I don't know, depending on if it's unprotected or something, because you want me to know these people like that. Okay, if y'all ain't getting the proper test for your mental, I know you're not getting the proper test, for your body and things and transmitted stuff, okay? So, these are the risks that y'all take when y'all go on this show. Letting them know before the altar is new. Prior seasons, you find out at the altar. Right. Okay. I thought so, Judy. I thought it was new. Because the whole purpose was for you to get to the altar and make the decision. And I'm like, maybe they should go back to that. But would y'all have wanted to see more of Kenneth and Brittany? I think that's her name. Oh, child. I would have. But no. Not after he was like not giving anything. He wasn't even interacting with her. He was just there. And maybe, hey, maybe one couple gets the opportunity to bail out. Because if I go back to season 1, the couple that bailed out was Diamond and Carlton or whatever his name was. And rightfully so. They had a big blow up, but that was earlier on. And I feel like Brittany and them was a tad bit earlier on too. I don't even know if they made it through the first week. And then he ended up leaving. But after that, y'all are in the thick of it now. So I don't think nobody else should leave. If you're getting that close to the wedding day and the wedding is in 1 day or 2 days, y'all shouldn't be able to say that shit for the altar. Now, if the wedding is in 3 weeks or something like that, okay, maybe. Y'all could tap the hell out. But if it's like in a few days, don't do that. Keep them folks there. I like that people can decide to bail out before reaching the altar. There were other couples that they chose not to follow, like Jess had another connection, but I hate when they do that. A few people, well, it seems like the last few seasons it's always been a couple, and some people even that went on to get married from the show, and you never see them follow those people. And I don't know how they determine who's worth being followed and who's not. And can I also say, I feel like they spent more time on Kenneth, and I'm not Kenneth, but I feel like Jimmy and Chelsea got more camera time than a lot of other people. I don't know, there's something about it. Somebody says Kenneth will be vindicated because Brittany said they had already made the decision to separate prior to the last scene they had filmed. Well, why was she over there doing all that crying? Well, why was she sitting over there doing all that crying then? Embarrassing. Did you see when AD walked down the aisle, Clay mom was talking to AD's mom, helping her keep it together? That's just in her to keep it real. It's just in her. Yeah, she just seems like she's a great woman. Let me see. Okay, so I'm about to watch this episode at the job. I didn't know she didn't know. I think she found out that Clay was actually there. Well, I think she found... That was the part. Yeah, okay, that was the part the mama didn't know. She didn't know that Clay was actually there. Somebody says, no, what made this season good was that people like Jeremy left their fiance for they Pod they didn't pick originally. That is comical. I thought that Jimmy was going to do that to Chelsea once he saw Jess. And you could tell that it's apparent that they still like each other. So I did say if he connects back with Jess and they come to the reunion and say they dating, I won't even be mad, y'all. I'm sorry. I won't be mad because Chelsea got on my nerves. Could you imagine Jackie and Marshall at the altar? Nah, that needed to end beforehand. I could imagine them at the altar. I could imagine them. That man kept trying with her too. Thank you, Sean. That man kept trying. I can imagine them. I can imagine all of them at the altar, for the most part. Oh, Shelly, we're talking about Love is Blind. I believe it's what, season 6, and it was kind of like the finale episode because the reunion is coming up. Is it next week? I think next Wednesday is the reunion. Kendall said he was tired once they last seen film. They already had broke it off. Girl, well, how can he explain? How can he explain the boat situation? Because he was just as nonchalant. He stayed in his phone. He couldn't wait to get the hell on. That's probably why he wasn't bothered about her ass doing all this damn sniffling and crying. I am confusion at this point then. Yeah, if Jimmy could have quickly gotten over Jess having a child, he would have picked Jess. Yeah, he definitely would have. I think Chelsea should have been with Trevor to begin with. And didn't she say Trevor was more so her type? Happy birthday, Rachel. Brittany said the vacation, she knew he wasn't the one. Damn, I wonder what vibes she got. This is gonna be an interesting reunion. We'll see how it's gonna play. We'll see exactly how this is gonna play out. So y'all, now I'm thinking I was not here for Matthew when 80 was making the connection with him. He probably would not have left 80 at that damn altar. Because he seems weird a bit, and it seems like 80 was like the only person, maybe one other person that was able to like really connect with him. But I think he ended up losing both of the ladies because he was over there telling them both the same thing but saying that I'm only telling you this. I feel like he probably wouldn't have left her at the altar by herself. Now the question is whether she would have left his ass once she actually got to know him. She probably would have left him at the altar. Maybe she should have picked Matthew. Yeah, Kenny, we talking about Love is Blind. I wasn't sure because I was like, with Matthew, I felt like once he saw her and saw that she was a black woman, I felt like he was going to heavily change towards her. But I wasn't sure. He probably would have ended up being much better. I did see where some of the people in the pods were asking about a person's ethnicity or something, you know, asking them, and I'm like, they shouldn't be able to ask none of those things. Not really what you look like. I think you can ask those things in a certain way, like, do you play sports currently, or, you know, are you into fitness? When you ask those questions, then maybe you can find out, like, oh, okay, they probably are athletic built, you know what I'm saying? They enjoy that. They probably, you know, are that type of person. Like, maybe there are certain questions you could ask that could give you your answers without, what does your hair look like? What's your background? Are you black? Are you white? Are you something else? Like, what? I don't think they should be able to act like, if love is supposed to be blind, let it be blind. You know, somebody says, I feel like Matthew was a plant from producers. Some people felt that way about Jess. Because she was over there talking about something. You are going to need your fucking EpiPen when you see what you missed out on. They felt like she was, you know, on some other stuff, and that the producers planted her. Somebody said Matthew had to be a producer plant because ain't no way someone will come on and be this awkward, intentionally uncomfortable, and non-engaging. He said, I don't plan on answering questions. Listen, didn't he say that shit? And then was getting up, walking out when people was talking. I said, this man is wild. Okay? I'm like, girl, what is going on? Does he even understand this process? Does he get it? What's happening? Lord have mercy. I think race and culture is something that needs to be discussed before leaving the past. I guess it's just too integral to who a person is. I got you. I understand that, but I guess I'm basing it more so off of the first season, and I feel like it was just different the first season, because they didn't even, okay, yeah, religion, you right about that one. Now you right about that one when it comes to religion. You is right about that. I'm with you on the religion part, because everybody may not be, you know, into Baptist or Muslim or whatever it is, Catholic, you know, they may not be into all of that. So I definitely understand. So maybe they should say exactly, you know, what their background is. He is unbelievable. Pain in the ass. The way he acted in the pod. Shy. 80 was too good. Why she come back? I think that was Chelsea in the pod when Matthew walked out. What's that? Oh, I know for a fact it was Sarah Ann that was over there running her mouth, and then he walked out and she was like she was so happy. Like, get your ass out. Not you coming in there talking about something you had no intentions on answering any questions. Boy, get the hell on. But anyway, child, I just came to chit chat with you guys real quick, like, about the show. No structure or anything to the show. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for, you know, watching and everything. Make sure you guys are liking up the video. You guys can continue the conversation about Love is Blind down below. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.